All right, I'm on hole number 2 of the Skyline Cup and Monday's practice round of the rookie division. And because we didn't get to play a lot of these holes, this really needs to be a practice round. So today you got to really be careful. One of my teammates today got a 10, and he had a few holes that he made some mistakes on, and it was a really pretty decent round for a starting round. But I think it's going to end up qualifying today because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to use today as a practice round. So you got to be real careful. I'm going to have to start missing some putts here, or I'm going to end up qualifying today. Okay, on this particular par 3. Now, okay, here's the thing about par 3s. I know if you watch Tom, if you watch Zachary, if you watch any of the other people that are out there, they're going to show you a way. They're going to show you a spot like, hey, if you set it up right here and you put on 3.5 backspin and 2.5 right hand side spin and you hit it perfect, it's going to go in the hole, and you adjust for the wind. The deal is that on a par 3, pick a spot right there. Next time you're on a par 3 and you're just messing around, pick a spot right there. Pick that spot right there. And figure out what club you have to bring in order to make that spot right there get you as close to the hole. And I guarantee you, if you work this shot and work this shot and work this shot, you're going to get it close, and you're going to figure out how to get it closer and how to get it into the hole. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here, same things here. You're going to try and learn how to hit it off that island. Pick a spot that's for your clubs. So like you have to look at the clubs that are in your bag and go, hey, I don't have that level 5 Guardian yet, or I don't have that level 7 sniper. I don't have that, whatever the club is that you need to get up there. I don't have that club. So bring the club that works, or don't use that spot. Go to a different spot. That's the thing about these par 3s. So in the past, I've traditionally hit, hold on, in the past, dang it, on this particular hole, the landing zone, because everything the way that the ball guide goes, everything's going to the left. So in order to get any kind of movement towards the right, you end up setting up very close to the transition here between the fairway and the rough. And so the ball guide's going out like this, and you got to put on a lot of side spin. So a side spin ball on this hole is really, really good. So if you're going to bring a Power 1 ball, definitely bring a Quasar, because that side spin will really help you. So the further you can get to the right, the more you can work that magic towards the hole, and it actually organically just looks like it's going towards the hole. But you really put this into play. And the way that the wind normally blows here, I think, the way the wind blows, these trees, when you're doing wind adjustments, come into play. And you have to come at it from the opposite side in order to move it, because you can't adjust it like we normally do when we do wind. You can't adjust it normal. So I didn't like being this close to a rough area on a par 3. So I've moved my landing zone out into the middle. And I can't remember, I don't know if I'm going to use a Saturn or a backbone on this. So I want to make sure I bring both with me so that I can see where my lines are, because I want to find some spot where I've got like my white ring is wedged in between this transition between the rough and this transition between the rough. I mean, I literally want to be right dead center in the middle. And what that's going to do here is it's going to put my ball guide so it goes way off to the left. And so I'm going to put on all my side spin, and it's still going to go way off to the left. So that means I'm going to have to apply some curl to bring it back towards the hole. And I'm not sure, and I'll have to write the number down, but it's going to be somewhere between like 3 and 4 backspin. It just seems like it's somewhere in that neighborhood. And then we'll have to see. I'll just have to film a few of them so I can go back and see what kind of setup for side spin and curl and like where we're at on that. But I'm definitely going to come at this hole. This is a dangerous par 3, and because of this hillside that's in the front. So if you short shoot this at all, you could very easily, you'll end up back down here on this, or you can end up in trouble. It feeds down towards this corner. And so you could very easily end up down in the rough down here. And even if we're on the fairway here, this is a tough shot. It's going uphill. You can't see the cup. All right, so let's go into Golf Clash here. And I definitely want to take 2 bags with me. I want to take one with a backbone one with a Saturn. I'm going to start off with my Saturn and see what the deal is. So my Saturn at max club. Let me make some notes here. I want to bring a side spin ball. And I'm going to start off with a Quasar. And I'm going to go up the scale. So I'll start off with a Quasar. I'll figure out which one of these clubs I want to use. And then I will go Quasar, Katana, and then we'll see what our distances are. We're not trying to qualify today, so we're going to use this as a practice round. We're out here with our caddy, and we're walking the course. If you're playing real golf and you go to one of the practice days, the Tuesday or Wednesday practice days on those courses, they're out there and they're playing holes, and some holes they're just walking, and some holes they'll tee off and they'll practice holes so they can take notes. All right, that's what we're going to do. And that's what we're going to do. Today's just a practice day. We got to tidy up our notes here. I didn't write anything up on this, even though I have these recorded. I haven't written anything down. I just wanted to go out and play them first and then go back and watch some stuff. Okay, so with my Saturn, you can see where my ring sets are. My blue ring is kind of right in the middle. If I switch to my backbone, I have no reference. So I'm gonna stick with my Saturn for the time being because it looks like it's blue ring just wedged in there. Then ball. So there's max club with a Titan. I'll use Quasar. He puts us pretty close to max club. So I think a Saturn and a Quasar, it's going to get me pretty close to my true numbers for my Saturn, which is my Saturn's 1.9 per ring at max. .9. Where's my calculator? See if I can do the math here real quick. 1.9 times 1.5. So my mid number is 2.8. And then 1.9 times 1.75 is 3.3. Okay, so we've got ball set up. I'm going to go blue ring right in the middle. As close as I can get. Now there's okay, so that's 1.9, that's 3.8, that's 4, so we're about 2.5 rings. Now, if I remember correctly, it takes an irregular bounce one way or the other. Isn't it perfect? Just nice and easy. Okay, I took no risk there. If that ball would have hit, if I'd have hit that grate to the left or the right, there's no rough anywhere close to me. We had enough backspin on it to get us onto the upper plateau so that we didn't have to contend with the hill in the front. And we've got the overshot distance so that we don't have to worry about rolling off on the back. So, right there in that area, I'm going to continue to work that shot all week long because that shot right there is almost like a guaranteed 100% you're going to get a birdie. And if you get lucky, you'll get a hole-in-one. So I'm going to write that down. We got Quasar, Saturn. Okay, that's what I'm picking on that hole. So I'll just continue to work that shot. And what I did right there was the blue rings there's a little bit of a gap on either side, so just trying to center it. But what I didn't do right there was my forward and back. I picked a spot and then I didn't really kind of work it forward and backwards to see if there was a mark. So like, one of those rings is touching a shadow or just touching a shadow, and trying to figure out so that you can put that right there in the same spot. And then once you've picked a spot so that you're at the same from the left and the right axis and the forward and back axis, then you can start working that backspin and side spin. And it looks like the Quasar's got enough side spin that we can get it done with the Quasar and not have to burn one of our upper level balls. All right, that was hole number 2 of the Skyline Cup tournament in the qualifying round of the Ricky division. Thanks for watching.